Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the back office teardown lab. Yes, we have another big Amazon box. Isn't it nice how they wrap it all in the Christmas wrappings? Now this time of year, you're likely to be getting cold under the fingernails. And by the way, I said fingernails because I smashed my finger. Look at that thumb. Now I've been tending to this thumb with loving care to ensure it doesn't get too rank. So hope you appreciate that. I've been applying a field dressing to it. So today we're going to be looking at this, which is the Kloudic electric heater, and I'm going to tell you why this caught my eye. Now, it's obvious that winter time you need electric heaters and you feel cold, that's fine. But this one had an interesting cutaway on it, so I'm going to show you the cutaway now on the back in a moment. But let's see the features. So it's this little thing. Obviously it's not too big because it's, you know, this is like a 9-inch tall box. But it says easy to go, smart touch, wide angle oscillation and tip over protection. So we're going to be testing out some of these things today. And then, if we dare do a little teardown, we can see that it actually has a PC style fan, and that's what I want to see. So that's the main thing. All the other stuff is, you know, blah 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 usage. I mean, it's an electric fan. What more do you need to know about that? Oh, stupid thumb. It's not the nail that gets you, it's the bruised thumb tip. That's the problem. Have you ever bruised your fat pit of your hand? That's a bit of an awful one if you've ever done that. Oh, dropped a screw in here. I dropped a screw. Get out of it. I'm just going to retrieve this screw that fell off the shelf in case we do a teardown and think we've lost a part later. Right. So first things first, it's coming well wrapped and it's got instructions. Oh, free gift. So if you do their survey, they're basically saying they're going to send you a free humidity sensor, which is pretty cool. And there's a decent user manual, actually. Look at that, plenty of pages, lots of foreign languages and troubleshooting. Again, you're never going to read those. I'm trying to imagine if I ever read an instruction manual in recent times. Even if something goes wrong, I don't think I've read the instruction manual. Wow, instantly I can see it definitely has a tip over protection. It's got it in the way that you think, yeah, that makes an awful lot of sense. Now, the reason I think tip over protection is important and interesting, I was staying at a hotel in Blackpool not so long ago, and it had a weird looking fan heater, and I turned it on and it instantly fused out. You know why it instantly fused out? Because it was already on its face and I didn't realise. So I plugged it in and it was like trying to suck in and burn the carpet, but fortunately instantly it went no and just died. But it died because it was an overheat protection, not because of an anti-tip over, so that would have benefited from it. So I'm plugging this in. No remote control. If you're looking for a remote control, I don't know if they do a version with that or not, but to be honest, for the size, I doubt it. Really nice on-off switch there. I mean, that is a standard, decent type of on-off switch. You've got the tip-over protection on the bottom, which is this button. Look, kind of cool, right? I mean, that's, you can see that you're talking like 5 degrees and it's off. Then it says swing mode on-off on the top. So I'm guessing they're capacitive. Handle on the back, and it looks like you've even got a filter, and it is. It's a very fine. Coarse filter, right, to stop hair getting sucked in, but it does feel it's made out of a very sharp material. It might be a carbon, and there is a PC fan in there, so it does use kind of PC fan tech. I don't know if that means it's going to be serviceable or not, but maybe you want to pimp it out when you get your overclockers fan or something. So let's just turn that on. So we've got an on-off. Indeed it is capacitive and it's quiet. So I'm going to do swing. And that's about it. I don't know. I'm going to have a look in the instruction manual. While it's spinning around there, let's have a look, see what it's got. So it's rated to 950 watts. It says that seems a bit underpowered, really, to have a kilowatt. But if it is, I'm just looking at the outer box here just to check that. It doesn't really say. So yeah, we'll have to check on the old Amazon what it's rated at. I mean, it feels to be, to be honest, it feels to me like to be a couple of kilowatts. Please touch the heater will become to soft mode. Indicator on the base and a dark, press again. So it's saying there's some indicator. Oh yeah, you can't see that. There is a red glowing section here on the base when it was on. If I turn off my light here, I can get that. I'm pushing in the anti-tip. Now I'm pushing it. Yeah, you see there's a red glow here. It's a bit more pronounced in real life. And if I hit, I'm going to stop it swinging, hopefully. Stop swinging, yeah. So I'm going to hit mode. And the mode now, it's adjusted the fan speed so it's going slower. Hit it again. And now it's gone blue and it's blowing cold air now. I can feel it's gone cold. And then back to hot. So that's, you've got hot, high, hot, low and cold. That's what I reckon. Forbidden to touch, power on the power. So there's all sorts of instructions there. But they've got this exploded diagram again. So without further ado, and I am a bit busy today, but frankly, trying to stop me opening this up would be like, I don't know, it would be a fool's errand, wouldn't it? So let's just have a little look-see. Pop that back cover. So in the past, I've been relatively successful in servicing things like this. I mean, the stuff that kind of goes wrong normally is serviceable. So I'm going to give you a serviceability rating at the end of this. And the rating is going to be, I don't know, we'll have to make something up on the fly. I'm very pleased as well, by the way, that it's got a motorized base, because I didn't know it oscillated. There wasn't really any indication, well, there might have been, that I didn't read about it being oscillating. And there's 4 screws, which we will put over there. And then we're going to have a little look-see. Oh, the whole face is coming off. So let's see which part is actually separating from which. Yes, the back cover is coming off. Just about. Ah, yeah, bugger. I need to get me thumb injected. There we go. Yes! We're in like Flynn! Hooray! Look at that! Right? Alright, so you've got your PC style fan, and then you've got your ceramic heating element underneath it, which you can just see through there. And then you've got your PCB controller, and awesome, the capacitive touch is actually being transmitted to the PCB. I'm going to zoom in so you can just about see it, by a spring. So your finger's touching that, and then the capacitive touchness is just being transmitted down there. That is unusual, but very cool. As cool as gravy. As cool as gravy indeed. Shall we go a little bit further? Just a touch further, I think. Just a touch further. We don't need to go crazy on this. As in, you know, we know... no, it won't go through. How did they screw that up? They must have been using very, very special screwdrivers. Yeah. No. I'd have to drill those out. Now I've got this drill just happened to be lying there with a bit that's a bit too small for my needs, but you never know. Yeah, it's enough. Just enough. I shouldn't have told you that, should I? You'd have thought, oh, he's ever so prepared. He's ever so professional. That Dr. A is ever so professional in his execution of filming episodes of The Back Office. So what else have I been up to, by the way, while I'm doing this? I went to see Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds last night, and I've been a big fan of that album for a long time. So to see a real live gig with him in it, doing his thing, was bloody awesome, by the way. Bloody awesome. So if you've been on the fence about going and see it, go and see it. So I saw it in the O2, and it was the first time I've been to the O2. Yeah, nice venue. Right, just going to blow all that chaff away. And there it is, and it's still feeling really warm. You can see that's the element. I'm just trying to find the contacts for it. Okay. It's hard to see, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4. See this blue circuit and this red circuit. So you've got the blue circuit and the red circuit. They're actually hooked up in alternating patterns. So you've got blue, red, and look, there's silicone between these. And I'm suspecting the heat is probably coming through 2 plates, and maybe that is the resistive element between 2, that zigzag pattern. So that's dense as hell. I mean, I think most of the weight is probably that, which is a bit like a kind of a heat matrix. And then you've got the PCB here, which are all the controller gubbins, and it's just got a little transformer. So it's just taking the power down just to give you the controls. And there'll be a little microcontroller on there to just adjust that. So it's nice and simple. And motor in the base. You can't really go much wrong with this, really. I'm trying to think. Oh, obviously there's a cutout switch. hooked up to that cutout switch in the base. But I'm thinking anything's going to go wrong on this. There's only two things. It's probably your fan, which you can easily service as we've seen here. And if it's not your fan, it's probably your heater element. And if that goes, you're probably scuppered anyway. But have you ever seen a heater element go? I mean, I've always seen the fans go. It's always a bearing. I've always bared the fact that it's a bearing. So what kind of use, though, would you have for this little fan? I'm trying to think. It's kind of in a corner of a bedroom, maybe a drafty conservatory, by your feet in an office. It's that kind of a fan. If you've got it in your office in the summer, that might be quite good too. So you've got something to blow a bit of cool air on you. Get a bit of cool air over your sweaty brow. Ow. Now, what else though can we do in this fan? I mean, if it's standard PC part, and it is actually, and I'm going to show you, it does terminate in a standard pin header. There, right there by my finger. See the little white block? It probably is swap outable as a relatively just standard part. So you could probably put a bigger fan in if you were really keen. I mean, I don't know why you'd want it. And I say bigger, just one of those, more fancy ones that people have. A brand. We're going to put in a branded fan for some reason. Get a nice plastic. Let's see what it's made of. Yeah, it's just a kind of a soft ABS. No infill. Just pop that down. Not that you need it. Just don't scratch it. It's quite nice. That's why it's got that kind of slightly matte finish, I suspect, so it doesn't get scratched up. You're going to have to treat it with kid gloves. Pop that back on. I wouldn't mess with the filter. If you're thinking, oh, I could pimp that out and put a better filter in it, I wouldn't. Not unless you do somehow increase the flow of the fan. But again, you've got to be careful of these things. These are things you're using in your house with your kids and all of that. Don't mess with it. If you're using it out in your garage or your garden office, that's on you. You're the one using that space. But if it's with unsuspecting members of the public or your family, you're trying to modify something that could burn down your house, I wouldn't advise that one bit. Kloudic electric heater, KDQN05. I'm very happy indeed. Really nicely built. Again, everything I'm getting recently is all Amazon next day, and it's like Christmas time right now. It's crazy. This stuff just is still getting here within the sort of time commitments on Prime. I did slag off Prime a few times, I have to admit, in the early days, but they're getting their stuff together. It's like a lot of things really. If they miss, oh, look at that. So yeah, you got bright red, and then you hit it again, it goes dim red, blue. Bright red, dim red, blue. I like that. You know why? Because it's not obviously a regular like heater where you can see the colour of the bar fire element. So that red is a really nice indicator. Right away, red's hot, blue's cold. Does what it says on the tin, right? So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, Prime, they missed a few deliveries and I wasn't happy with that, but I've not had any like that since. No, it does say 950 watts. Amazing. If that's very efficient. I'm going to say it's a very efficient kilowatt of heat then. I have had 2 kilowatt units that are easily feeling similar to this, but I'm thinking there's that density of ceramic element. That heater matrix has got a good transfer. So go on Amazon, have a look at my link below. There might be a discount link down below. I tend to try to get one for you if I can, for the Kloudic electric heater KDQN05. If you want something nice and small, sit by your feet, keep you warm. As ever, thank you for watching.